Time for the news, baby. Here we go. Um, this is Monday. Monday the 14th of October. Let me get started right here. This story here, that title kind of caught me off guard at first, but I didn't want to do this story. But once I read it, it was something entirely different. The title is Right or Wrong, a mother shot an 18-year-old boy dead because he molested her 6-year-old daughter, charged for murder. A Florida mother arrested for killing an 18-year-old boy who was allegedly molesting her daughter when she was 6. Connie Serbu, 43 years old, joined the Collier County Courthouse Thursday for the charges of one count of second-degree murder for Xavier Sierra's death on July 7th, 2016. She's finally going to court. Reportedly, she shot Sierra to death for taking revenge for her daughter. Her daughter's accusations of molestation reportedly made Serbu angry and sparked her intentions to murder Sierra. During the next month, Serbu allegedly started to plot her revenge against Sierra. Serbu moved out to Sierra and questioned the recent high school graduate to help her assemble a bunk bed for money. John Vargas Serbu's mentally disabled brother came to Naples to meet her sister. Court records identified Vargas as someone persuaded. The two siblings went to a local Family Dollar store in separate cash transactions when they bought a flip phone and a Verizon rechargeable card for the phone. The flip phone was reportedly utilized to talk exclusively with Sierra through text and Facebook Messenger. It was thought these electronic communications that Serbu verified that Sierra would be ready to assist in the building of the bunk bed on July 7th. On that day, Sierra had administered a job interview at a spray and neuter clinic and reportedly waited for Serbu to pick him up from a nearby Winn-Dixie supermarket. So she lured him to the house with the intentions of a job that she was going to pay him to put together the bed. And so it said later that day, officers reacted to the report that gunshots had been fired at the undeveloped location where Serbu shot Sierra. There, they discovered a blue four-door Hyundai parked near the scene, and Serbu inside. After searching the area, they found the bodies of Sierra and Vargas near the Gordon River. Serbu admitted her consent, telling, "It's my fault, so I don't care. He raped my daughter. She told me everything that happened." So it was a calculated, it was cold, calculated and premeditated murder, and so they don't say either way. It was a situation where the daughter had told the mom about a molestation that had happened. They don't say how old the daughter is now, and they don't really. The story doesn't really say, but she's on trial now for murder. And so I was thinking about, if you put yourself in a position, that position of being a father or mother to a child, and that child comes up to you and they tell you about that somebody has done something like that to them. I'm gonna say it like this. I don't condone what she did as far as like murdering the guy, but I do understand. And I can't really comment and say that I wouldn't do the same thing. I can't say that I would or I wouldn't, but that's eventually what happened. She murdered the guy that molested her daughter, and at the time when this supposedly had occurred, the girl was like 6 years old. Okay, here's the second story here, and this is the first story was a white woman that ended up killing this black kid. Now here's a different story. In Texas, a black woman pleads guilty to making up illnesses of son who had 323 medical visits. Wow. Texas mother has been sentenced to 6 years in prison after confessing to subjecting her son to a series of unnecessary medical procedures and surgeries. The punishment given to Kayleen Bowen Wright on Friday comes after her guilty plea in mid-August to recklessly causing injury to a child. Investigators say Bowen subjected her son, who is now 10, to more than 320 hospital visits and 13 surgeries over the first 8 years of his life. The kid's only 10 years old now. Child Protective Services removed the boy from her care in 2017 after it was alerted by Dallas Hospital that medical staff determined he didn't have cancer or many of the symptoms Bowen reported, and her father, Ryan Crawford, has had custody of him ever since. No one ever believed me, Crawford said during the sentencing hearing Friday. Not to be able to take care of my child really hurt me. So the mother had custody of the child. The father had been trying to get custody. The father reportedly testified Friday that the doctor's visits for his son began when he was an infant, and that Bowen Wright would always say that something's wrong with him all the time. It was just one thing after another, Crawford said. The newspaper added that the child spent portions of his life in a wheelchair and with a feeding tube, and that Bowen had started a few GoFundMe campaigns in his name. I'm glad there was a judge that was able to stand up for Christopher, Crawford said after hearing the decision, according to the Dallas Morning News. So you had a mother that was had this kid going to the hospital, getting surgeries and all kind of stuff, man, for 8 years. So this, after hearing all that depressing news, I got to put something good in here. And you had Simone Biles, Coco Gauff, and Bridget Kosgei all made sports history this weekend. So over the weekend, while the rest of us were contemplating a trip to the pumpkin patch or binge watching Netflix with a bag of Halloween candy, Simone Biles, Coco Gauff, and Bridget Kosgei were all making history in their respective sports: gymnastics, tennis, and running. They all broke records. Simone Biles broke a record of breaking records is certainly nothing new to her. She's been doing it pretty much every day since she competed over the past week at the World Championship in Stuttgart, Germany. On Sunday, she won gold medals in 4 individual floor and balance beam competitions, bringing her career world medal total to 25. That means she is now officially the greatest of all time, becoming the most decorated gymnast, male or female, in history. So congratulations to Simone. And Coco Gauff, 15-year-old tennis star, was last seen by most of us in an emotional moment at the U.S. Open when she lost to Naomi Osaka. But now she's celebrating her first professional title at the Women's Tennis Association tournament in Austria. The win makes her the youngest player to accomplish the feat in 15 years, and she's only just getting started. So 15-year-old and won a tournament. She won her first tennis tournament. I know you probably remember. I think she played against. She beat Venus. I believe she beat Venus Williams in order to advance, but then got beat by Osaka, which is the girl from Japan. So then you have Bridget Kosgei. While Biles and Gauff were killing it this weekend, a third black woman who was also making sports history. Kosgei won the Chicago Marathon for the second year in a row and totally shattered the world record in the process. She finished the 26-mile race in just 2 hours and 14 minutes and 4 seconds, 81 seconds faster than the women's world marathon set 16 years ago by Paula Radcliffe. So this weekend, you had a man from Kenya that did the same marathon in and that was like what, 2 hours. That was 2 hours, and he did it in under 2 hours. So that was another record set in the Chicago Marathon. So hey, it's just been a weekend of records. Arrivederci.